working with Kabaddi players from very long now. I just want to ask you this question. Uh, when I looked at the seventh season, we saw a lot of aggression from the players, rivalry from the players, and the competition is very tough, of course, and that's why we are seeing this rivalries and we are seeing this aggression. What is the reason? Because it wasn't there before. The aggression and the rivalry kind of things were not there in Kabaddi before, but now we can get to see a lot of it. So,
Uh, I think aggression plays a vital role in driving a person. If you don't have aggression and if you don't have that drive to take you forward, it's difficult for a sport. And a sport like kabaddi, which is so aggressive, so the adrenaline rush is so high, the testosterone levels are very high. It's bound to come out somewhere. And because you're playing for 7 seasons, you're playing the same people. Mostly about 70-80% of the players are the same. They are not changing, except for the new players who are coming, and that's a very few and handful of those. But as the season goes, you will see a lot of new players coming up. What happens is, because the fitness levels has increased, they have more confidence about themselves. They are more confident about what they can achieve in terms of their skill. So at first it was only the skill who was talking. Now the skill and the physical component which has come together and which makes you more confident, and sometimes that little aggression and that little ego or that self-confidence comes. That, okay, I can take him on single-handedly. I trust my team to back me up. We can do this. So it's bound to come. And I think it should be there. It should be there.
but whatever the mean is, but it's always good for the game and it's always good for Kabaddi if we see in overall scenario. Let's get back to Puneri Paltan. Who is your favorite player and who is the fittest player in the team that you feel?
Oh,
I know it's very difficult to name one, but you have to do this. I know everyone is same and you have to treat everyone. And I know this answer coming from you, but you have to select one.
Okay, you're going to put me in a very difficult situation. I have to select a favorite. But I'll tell you what, every year there are some outstanding players. There are some great players. Luckily, I've seen a lot of players for Puneri Paltan, right? From Ajay Thakur, who's the current Indian team captain, Kabaddi captain, Deepak Nivas Gupta, who is one of the fittest in the league, Nitin Tomar, Manjit Chillar. There are loads of players who have come and gone. Girish Erna, who's been fabulous, one of the strong pillars of the Puneri Paltan team. The young stars, like this year, we had some amazing people come up. Manjit was there, Darshan Kadian was there, Bala Jadhav was there, Pankaj Mohite. Everybody is just fabulous. It's not that one person is favorite. They have given their heart and soul to this team. I remember there were times when they were injured and they were struggling, but for the team they came up and they were ready to play. I remember Pankaj playing the match with his head wrapped around the bandage and still wanting to go and do a raid where we were just holding him back at times. Nitin Tomar, who's been like the senior most guy along with Girish and giving their heart and soul to the team. It was just fabulous to see.
I guess it's very difficult for you to choose the one, and that's why you just named the whole team, whoever's playing with you right now. So let's do one thing. Let's make it little interesting. I'll just say a team player, a name of the team player, and you tell me the best quality of that player. Let's do it.
Okay. All right. Complete player. A complete team player. He comes with a package of training, he comes with a package of discipline, ethics, work ethics, training ethics are very high.
Pankaj Mohite.
Young new talent, brilliant. Someone to watch out in the years to come. Oh, the most improved player in terms of fitness this year.
That's what I wanted.
So when he came, when Bhaari Talks came, he had a lot of weight on. He had weight on, but changed drastically. The fat percentage dropped like anything during that 1 month camp. In fact, I was surprised that so much can be dropped within a month. He was spot on with his nutrition that was told to him. Whatever we asked him not to eat, he did not touch at all. Whatever we asked him to do in terms of training, he did much more than that. So it's fabulous.
Yes, this year we saw a lot of young players. So how about Shubham Shinde?
Shubham has been with the Puneri Paltan since more than 2 years now. He's worked hard on his fitness. I remember when he came, he was 59 kilos. And last year, before season 6, when he came and he took his fitness, then I said, you need to put on weight if you want to play as a defender. If you're 59 kilos, people are going to drag you around the court like anything. So we got him on a specific diet, we got him on a specific training routine, and now he's almost like 72 kilos. So it was a gain of like almost 12-15 kilos. So it was a big jump. He's improved his fitness. Yeah, he's someone to watch out for. And this year, luckily, he got a lot of time on the court to prove himself. So it's good to see that.
This year, you just mentioned about Shubham Shinde and a defender. So, what is the difference of training for defenders and the Raiders? What is the difference that you see, and how different you train them?
So, for defenders, it's a lot of terms of defending the area, able to get more like catching and grasping of the raider. So we're working more on their grip strength, more on grappling, and that little movement of front and back movement is very important. If you are not quick enough to move forward and back, you're just going to be landing yourself in trouble. Whereas the Raiders, they need to be quick on their feet, change directions. Maybe if you're working somebody like on running and touch, you need to have that kind of speed from zero. You should be able to accelerate forward and then stop and then turn back. So all those different parameters are worked on for different players.
Great. I guess let's talk about the part that I was talking, the aggression in kabaddi players these days, because that is not going from me. So how important it is to get that calm, even though the aggression is good in this sport because it's very fast sport. Everything happens within seconds. So I do understand the aggression will be there, but how important it is to keep calm, and what are the practices the players follow, like yoga or the breathing exercises, like what all they do?
So as I said, it's a very aggressive sport, and you have different characters in the team. Like if you see a hand, all these 5 fingers are not the same. So you have some guys who are very aggressive, some guys are very calm, and that's what makes a team a wonderful thing. That's what team sport is all about. Different characters coming together to play and achieve that one goal. The techniques which we used for keeping the players calm was like meditation and yoga. We had, luckily, for the last 2 seasons, we had Shraddha, who's a part of the Puneri Paltan, who came and conducted some brilliant yoga sessions for us. Some of those yoga sessions were conducted on the beaches of Goa. So you are doing a yoga session. There is the wind and the sea waves. There is nothing better than that. And early morning, it was just a fabulous setup to do those. She has been helping us for the last 2 seasons now. It's just great to have her on the team, because before that we had different people, but that yoga was not very specific. We very specific towards kabaddi players. What we are doing right now is helping the players a lot in terms of flexibility, mobility, and the breathing techniques which she has been inculcating in the players is help them to remain calm and composed during a very difficult situation, on the court. Like it's the last few seconds. You need to know, are you going to raid, you want to hold back, or you want to defend. So those decisions are taken best when you have your breathing in control. If you're gasping for air, you will not be able to think properly. That's why meditation and breathing practices and yoga help a lot.
Priest.
I think we lost him for a while.
Okay, you're back. Okay, so we were talking about yoga. Sorry. Yeah, you're there. You're there. I can see you and I can hear you as well. So we were talking about yoga, and that's the reason these days the kabaddi players can keep their mind calm and cool and composed during the difficult situations as well. So the yoga and meditation has always been the part of Puneri Paltan fitness practice.
So when I started in season 3, there was no concept of yoga at that time. But during season 4 and season 5, we had somebody who had come in for a yoga session, but not anything great. Season 5, season 5, then 6, 7 onwards, we had Shraddha who was working with us, and she was passionate. She still in practice with conducting those yoga sessions, those asanas of helping the mobility of the players. It's just great.
So we all know how important is the physical training and how important to be on your toes all the time in the game like kabaddi, but how important it is to be calm as well and have that coolness in your mind because I know this is the very fast game, but you have to be on your toes all the time, but at the same time you have to you say something?
I couldn't hear what you said, so I thought it froze for a bit.
No,
You'll have to repeat the question.
I can't hear you now.
You can hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah. Can you just repeat the question?
Yeah, so I'm saying we all know how important the physical training in kabaddi is, but how important do you think this meditation training and yoga?
I think it's very important that the role yoga has to add to kabaddi. Some people will differ on this. Some people will agree on this. There will be always different schools of thoughts. But for me, from my side, from Puneri Paltan, I think yoga has played a vital role for us. A lot of times there were situations in the tournament where we were in the last dying stages, and we have taken some wrong decisions because we could not keep our composure. And that's where yoga has come into and helped us. It's helped us to remain calm. We are able to think a little bit more straight now because previously there was a lot of commotion going on because everybody's so hyper on the kabaddi mat at times because everybody wants to win and wants to contribute towards the team, but they don't realize that if they are all contributing at the same time, different thoughts come, and it's very confusing at times. That's where yoga has helped us to understand that how to keep your composure, how to keep your breathing in control, and not let your emotions flow, but be in control of your emotions. Because I think on the mat, physically everybody is on par. The person who is able to be more composed, who can control the emotions, and who can keep the mind very stable is the one who's going to come out as a champion at the end of the game.
You're freezed.
Now
we got that. I mean, I got that. The entire bit you said about yoga and everything. We just got that. I think it's frozen on your end.
Now I can see you.
Okay.
Okay, so you were talking about yoga, and I see you as a very calm person. Your personality is very calm. So, have you faced any challenges working with Puneri Paltan team?
I'm not a very calm person. I'm a very aggressive person by nature.
But trust me, you look very calm. You look very calm with your hairstyle and the whole personality that you have.
So this hairstyle has come up recently. When I was playing, always I had hair just smaller than above my eyebrows. And if you speak to my friends or to my teammates, they will say, "Oh, he's a mad person." I was very aggressive on the field, and I think post playing cricket and working as started working as a fitness trainer, working as a strength and conditioning coach. I think I've evolved and understood what is composure, where to be aggressive and where to be calm. So I think that's one thing I would say is that yoga has helped me personally as well. Breathing techniques have helped me personally as well. Yeah.
Great. So when you look at the kabaddi players, you're working with the whole Puneri Paltan. The Paltan is doing great. But are there any references or incidents where the players were struggling to get some fitness routine right, or struggling to get a form right, or struggling to get a skill right? Did something like that sort of happen? And how you overcome that?
It happens usually when there's a new skill in terms of fitness that has to be done or to be carried out. It's always a education process for us. So and if you have to teach any kind of a new skill, the most important thing in my way of thinking and my way of teaching is you explain the skill, you demonstrate the skill, and then you again explain, and you can take questions and answers to that. Understand if they are able to understand it. Make them go through the whole process very slow and steadily, and then keep on rechecking and re-correcting it, and that's how they learn. And the focus is on always on more on the form and the technique than the actual lifting of the weight, or it's not on the load, but it's more on the form and technique. So there have been challenges in terms of teaching the correct technique, because everybody's come out from different schools of thought and different forms of fitness. For them, for me, a squat is done in a particular way, but for them, the squat is done in a certainly a small differences, but they are done in a slightly different way. So you just have to make those small corrections every now and then. And now the players are so highly aware of themselves, it's easier. The first couple of seasons, this was very difficult, correcting the form and the technique and making them understand the nitty-gritties of training. But now it's become much easier.
It often happens that during the workout sessions or while playing the match, it happens that many people get injured, many players get injured, and that's where your role is very important. Like how the recovery process starts, or how you work with the players to get recovered.
I think it's a difficult process for the players and the team management, because whenever a player gets injured, it hampers the planning of the team. The first protocol that we follow is to understand the severity of the injury and how it's going to affect the player. Understanding if it's a small injury or a long-term injury and reporting it to the team management. Then the protocol is to work with the team physio on managing the injury and trying to get the player training fit. First thing is he needs to get training fit. Once the physio okays him, then the trainer start working with him in tandem with the physio. So the trainer and the physio will work together for that particular period. And then once the trainer also feels that he's fully fit to play the sport, is when we tell the coach that he's ready to play the sport. And then the coach puts him through the different drills and the practice sessions to understand how he's coping up with the injury. And once that is done, that phase is over. Is that when we say, okay, he's match fit? That's the basic protocol which we follow to make sure that is wrong.
Okay. With reference to the last question only, I want to ask you. They say that if you lose the battle here, you lose the battle physically as well. That means your mentality should be strong, that you'll get recovered from the injury. So, how important do you think that you should be mentally strong during the injury?
I think the mental aspect plays a very important role. If it's a small injury, it doesn't really make such a difference. Usually because your recovery period is very, very quick and very short. But if it's a long-term injury, it's a very severe injury, then the mental aspect plays a very important role. And this is the phase where the player requires the maximum support of his team management, his coach, his teammates, his friends and his family. It's very easy to slip off during this phase because what happens is you're morally down. You can't. Your confidence is shattered. Your emotions are very high. You don't know because when you're going to get back to the playing field again. And as a player, you always want to be on the field. Nobody wants to be on the physio table or be sitting at home and watching your teammates play. What happens is the player, because of the injury, is unable to move around. He tends to gain a lot of weight. That's one challenge. The fitness levels comes down. Because of lack of movement, the weight starts going up. Or if he's very emotionally and mentally stressed out, there is stress eating which happens where people tend to eat more because they're stressed. Or you will tend to go the other way where you don't eat at all. So both are dangerous things. Plus, what happens is if you're mentally stressed out, your body takes a toll. You unknowingly go through a lot of changes in the body, and if you are severely immobilized, it's very difficult to, because once you come out of surgery, first the rehab part of it, then getting back to the fitness level, and then getting back to the sport. So it's a long process. So if you're not mentally strong enough, a lot of players who are very skilled.
How important it is to keep your diet in place during the injury time?
I think the diet has a very vital role to play because a lot of times people think bodies are made in the gym. I don't think bodies are made in the gym. Bodies are made in the kitchen. You are what you eat. जो खाओगे वैसा दिखोगे. It's basically what goes in your stomach, what goes in your mouth is what you will look like. If you're controlling your food portions, if you're controlling and eating the right kind of food, you will be able to perform better. You will look aesthetically also much more better because the kind of workouts you're doing. We are very strict with we tried our very best to be with the nutrition and quite a few rules and regulations with the nutrition. Most of them were followed by most of the players. So yeah, it's always a challenge to work on that.